Hello all, my name is Krish Nayak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, we are going to continue the playlist with respect to MySQL. And in our previous video, which I have just uploaded yesterday, there you could basically see that we have created some tables like employee, bonus, and then designation, and we inserted some records. If I try to show you like how does the record looks like, so here are all the records over here like employee, bonus, and designation, right? Now today we're going to solve some amazing queries, and we'll try to see that how we can basically write the queries. There are a lot of queries that we are going to specifically use. So here are total around 8 queries, and we'll try to write that queries, and ninth query will be an assignment to you. Okay. And don't just when I write easy queries over here, right, you may be thinking it is very easy, just select star from this, where this. No, nothing like that. Here you will definitely be thinking how to implement that where clause and all. I don't basically write, I don't consider those as queries also, because by default anybody learns MySQL will be able to implement it. Okay, now let's go and see my employee table. Now see, in my employee table we have data like first name, last name, salary, joining date, and department name, right? And all these values we have. Now we'll try to see that what all queries we are going to basically do. Now, first query is that write an SQL query. And remember guys, whenever I'm talking about one query, please pause the video, try to write that particular query and see whether you are able to do it. If not, come and see over here, because I'm also going to provide you solutions. So write an SQL query to retrieve all the details where first name from the employee table starts with K. Okay, it can be K, it can be S, anything. Let's say that I am going to start with D. Okay, so here, now again, as I said, pause the video. Understand the question. Write a SQL query to retrieve all the details of the employee where first name of the employee starts with D. Suppose my name is Krish. If it's starting with K, I basically need to retrieve that particular data. And this is a part of easy query I've written. Now just imagine in future when you see a complex query, how complex it will be. So I may just write select star from. And if you know these things, probably it is easy. Okay. But here you will be thinking. So select star from employee, where obviously I have first name, right? So if you saw in employee, you basically have first name. Here you can basically see the columns. Here you have first name, right? This first name. And then understand over here, we are just trying to compare our first name and say that wherever the first name starts with D, right? So here we will be using a keyword which is called as like. Okay, and here I can basically specify that, okay, like this specific keyword. Here probably a kind of regular expression also I can say, which starts with D. If I write D and colon, sorry, modulus, this basically indicates that it starts with D and it can end with anything. I don't have any kind of problem. Okay, I don't have any kind of problem in this. Now if I try to execute this query, I think we will be able to get all the names that starts with D. You can see Darius over here, Darius Bengali. So here you can see first name is Darius, right? Suppose if I want to start with K, okay, and probably I'll just execute it. Let's see which name will come. Krishnaik. This is also working absolutely fine. Suppose if I start with S, so here also you can see Sudhanshu Kumar, Sanket, Satish, Shaktiman. Okay, so all these values are actually coming, right? Now let me do one thing. If I say that, come on, let's try to pick up all the name that wants to end with H. If I write ends with H, it basically means something like this, right? So here you have something like in the starting anything can come, but it should end with H. So if I execute this, here you can see Krish and Satish is getting the answer over here. Similarly, if I basically talk about S, let's say Darius is already there. So through this particular way, why I have put this as a query over here, because I've told starts with D. But here I'm giving that it's also, you can also do it ends like ending with a specific character, in between a specific character. Like if I say that, okay, if I have something like this, let's see this, okay. This basically means that S anywhere in the middle of the name, wherever it is in the first name, I should be able to retrieve it. So definitely my name will also come. Almost everybody's name is going to come because S is everywhere present. Okay. And this is what is basically, and that is the reason I've taken this query and I've included that in the part of easy query. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's try to see the next query over here. The query is very simple. Write a SQL query to print all the details of the employee whose salary are between 10,000 to 35,000. Very, very simple. Nothing as such. I will consider this as a very simple query. Before saying that you know this query, first of all, try to write the query, okay? And definitely then consider whether it is easy or difficult. Because I've seen some people, oh, this query is very easy. But when they try to write the query, they find a lot of difficulties. It's okay. You can also Google it. Not a problem. So select start from employee where salary, because salary is the column that I am specifically going to use in this particular case. And I can basically say where salary, understand, whose salary is between 10,000 to 35,000. Okay. So if I say salary between 10,000, 10,000, and see, whenever you see this kind of blue keywords, this basically means there are some keywords in MySQL, and 35,000. This is one way. Definitely I can execute this. Here you will be able to see my output over here, 30,000. Okay. Somewhere between 10,000 and 30,000. If I increase this and probably make it 55,000. So here you can see all these particular details like Krish, Satish and Shaktiman is coming. Can we basically write this in a little bit different way? Okay. Because can we use some kind of operations? Let's say that, okay, let's say I'll use this query. Select start from employee where salary is between 10,000 and 55,000. This is perfectly fine. Now I will introduce you to something called as inner query here. The reason why I'm introducing you to inner query, because let's say that from out of all these details, I want first name and last name combined. Now how do I do it? I want the first name and last name combined. Okay. Obviously here I'm saying that I can basically say select first name from employee and probably I can execute it. Here I will be getting the first name, but I'm saying first name and last name combined together. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm basically going to write another select query. I'll say select and I'm going to use a inbuilt function which is called as concat. And here I'm basically going to say this is my first name, comma, I will just concatenate like this. Concatenation function uses this kind of parameters and I'm going to give my last name. So here I'm saying that, okay, concatenate first name and last name as employee name. I'm going to give this as my column name and then I'm going to also get the salary. Okay. Then I'm going to say from employee table. Okay. And understand, from this, you will be able to see that I'm obviously getting the salary. Okay. I'm obviously getting the salary. And I'm going to basically say, I'm going to combine this both query. Now see this, what I'm going to do. I'm basically going to say that where EMP okay, in, and I'm going to combine this, select EMP ID from employee where salary is between 10,000 to 50,000. So what I have done over here, let's see. I'm just going to make this one as brackets and this is my another bracket. Now see what I have actually done over here. My question was that I want to basically get the employee name, okay, salary, which is between 10,000 and 55,000. So this initially I'm getting the employee ID and then I'm taking up all the first name and last name of the employees wherever this employee ID is matching this. So if I go and see the specific query here, you can see that now I'm able to specifically get what is the employee name, what is the salary, what is the other employee name and salary. So here I will use one more space so that you will be able to see your output very much clearly. And this is main thing that we basically do. If you're probably writing queries, you really need to give it in a presentable format. Yes, just don't write select star from this and the values between 10,000 to 55,000. Okay, so this was the second question. Again, I will consider this as basics only. Now the next question is that SQL query to retrieve details of the employee who have joined on a specific date. Now this is amazing. Okay, you obviously know that you have joining date over here. So let's go ahead and let's try to see what you can basically get with respect to the joining date. So here I'm basically going to say select star from employee. Let's say I'm going to execute this. Here obviously you'll be able to see this joining date. Okay, so here what I'm doing, where joining date, sorry, where joining underscore date. Here you can basically give the joining date information. But let's say that I want to basically find out who are the person who have joined in February 2014. Suppose this is my question. Okay, let's say that whoever joined on February 2014 or who has joined on December 2014. This is my question. Then how can I give this joining date is equal to with that specific format? So whenever we have dates, there are some inbuilt functions. Suppose if I write year of joining date, year of joining date is equal to, I will give a condition over here, say specifying that which year you basically want. Suppose if I say year of joining date, see here I'm actually combining. When I take joining date and if I apply this function on top of it, that basically means I'm going to get the year inside this joining date. Okay, and then I'm actually comparing it with 2014. And I can also write a condition like and the month will be, and here also I'm going to use my joining date because joining date is the variable, is equal to 12. If I say 12, that basically means December, right? So here you can see that very simple query, select star from employee where year of joining date is equal to 2014 and the joining date is 12 is the month. That basically means it is comparing with respect to this particular month. Okay, so if I get this, if I execute this, let's see what is the output. You'll be able to see two records where it says 2014 12, 2014 12, right? You can even combine, you can even write another AND query and basically also mention the date, whatever you want. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand over here. Okay, this is how you basically write a query. Whenever you're working with date, you have this inbuilt functions where you'll be able to retrieve all the values. Pretty much amazing. Now, I hope everybody was able to understand till here. I know three queries. I hope everybody is able to understand. Now, let's go to the fourth question. The fourth question basically says that SQL query to fetch number of employees in every department. Okay, so here you will be able to see that if I probably go and open up my or see my employee table over here, you'll be able to see that I have department name like development, HR, accountant. So if I really want to find out the count in number of employees in every department, how do I specifically do it? Okay, so it's very much simple. This is very much easy. Select star. Instead of star, I want to just find out the count star. Okay, count star from employee. So select star from employee and then we are basically going to apply a group by function. So I will say a group by and I will be able to give my department name over here. And once I see the output here, you'll be able to see that two counts I'm able to get the output. Okay, very much simple, very much easy. Apart from that, if you want to get information from a specific department, just say select star from employee where department name is equal to, suppose I said development. This way also you will be able to get it, but I don't consider this as a query because it is a very easy query. Okay, but yes, you will be able to get the count star from the employees group by department name. You will be able to do it. Okay, now I hope this is very much clear to fetch the number of employees in every department. Again, this is a simple one. Now let's go to a little bit intermediate part where we will try to print details of the employees who are also executive. Now see this. Why I'm saying intermediate? Because executives information are basically present over here in the designation, right? If I basically say select star from designation, if I execute it here, you will be able to see that employee 2 is actually an executive. So we have to do something. We have to do a kind of inner join with respect to the employee and probably get who all are executives. And I think this is also very much simple, but if for the person who is starting it, it will be a little bit difficult. So I'm going to basically say that employee, select employee dot, I'm going to basically say first underscore name and first underscore name from employee. Okay, and then I'm going to do inner join with designation so this is my designation table. This is fine, and I'm going to basically say inner join designation on And here I'm going to say employee dot emp uh, dot id id is equal to designation. I'm basically going to compare dot emp id or reference id. Okay. And I'm going to give a condition where it says and employee, sorry, and designation dot um the designation is equal to, here I'm going to specifically write executives. Okay. So here what we have done, see, select employee first name. If you want, I can also get the other information like comma designation dot designation, because designation is my table name. Okay. So designation is my table name, designation dot designation. I want to get this two information from employee inner join designation on employee is equal dot employee id is equal to, we are basically comparing the employee id, and along with that we are seeing that whoever has the designation as executives. So if I execute this here, probably you are seeing that nobody is able to come over here. Why? Let's see. Okay. So probably data may not be present, but again we will be able to get the answer. So select star from employees. Okay. So if I select the star from, okay, employees, no, not employee. Okay. So if I execute it, you will be able to see Sudhanshu is there, Krish is there. Okay. If I probably try to see the select star from designation, and then I will also be able to see this reference id is two executives. Okay, my condition was wrong. If I write executive, definitely this will work now. Now if I go and execute over here, you can see Sudhanshu and Sanket are executive. Okay. And probably I can also compare with something else. I can also compare with manager. So if I write manager over here, so you will be able to see manager. Okay. And probably my name will come over here, Christian manager, because it is actually linked to 01. I'll still say this is an intermediate level because we are doing inner join. But apart from that, we have to use this on keyword for other condition and the and keyword, right? I hope everybody is able to understand. See, if you don't want to write this equal, then what you can also do is that you can also put this in keyword and basically give this in a braces. Okay. So this way also you'll be able to find that specific answer. You can also use equal to, you can also use in keyword. Now let's go to the next query, which is my sixth query. Now we have already completed 5 queries. The sixth query is that very simple query. It says that write an SQL query to clone a new table from another table. See, whenever in the interview they ask you, if they suddenly tell you this specific thing, you may be thinking, okay, what to do, what not to do, how to do, and all, right? So this is also very much simple. I can basically say that select star into some clone employee, I will say clone employee from employee, and I will execute it. So here undeclared variable clone on select star into undeclared variable clone variable. Okay, why this clone is coming? Let me check my notes once. Okay, let's try something different now. What I can also do is that for cloning purpose, if this is not working, I think there should be another way. Okay, let's try this. Create table clone underscore employee, and if we probably use this like keyword of employee, definitely this should work. Let's see. So I'm going to basically do this. It has got executed. Now if I said select star from clone underscore employee, so if I execute it, here it is coming as null. So that basically means that you're cloning employee table into clone, but without information. That same information will not get replicated in this. Why I'm saying, because if I write dsc clone underscore employee, here you will be able to see this. And once you execute this, here you can see that entire schema is available in this clone employee. So another confusing thing in an interview, this can be there, and it can probably help you to, again, increase the complexity. I know many people, they want a specific answer. How do you clone a specific table into another table like that? So they may again confuse you. So this can be very, very handy. I know everybody cannot remember this. It may there in our mind, it may not be there in the mind, but it is okay if we know this thing. Sometimes it can be helpful. That is what I'm actually specifically telling. Okay, so next one is again pretty much amazing. Many interview questions have this kind of queries. SQL query to show top end salaries of an employee. Always understand, it is very much simple. You just write select star from employee, and here you can basically say that order by salary, and here you can basically limit it, order by salary. Let's say I want to provide this in the descending order, and I can just limit the top n. Okay, I just want the top n. Let's say I want the top 6 salary, or I want the top 4 salary. I can basically do this, and here is my top 4 salary. Sanket is having highest, Darius then Sudhanshu, and then Krish. So like this I can definitely do it, and I can basically get it with respect to this. Okay, now similarly, if I want to determine the 6th highest salary, how do I do it? It is very much simple. Again, in this there will be definitely a syntax. I want to get the only 6th highest salary, or let's say this is my entire 4 highest salary, right? I want to just get the 4th highest salary. Okay, 4th highest salary is basically this only. If I don't do DESC, if I do ASC over here, you'll be able to see that which is my 4th highest salary. uh Probably 30,000 was my 4th highest salary if I use with DESC. Let's see, I just want to pick up this 4th highest salary of 50,000. Let's see how to do it. This will be my 4th highest salary. It's very simple. You just write another query wherein you can basically write select salary, okay, from employee table. Okay, order by salary. Again, you will be using this order by salary. Again, we can write DESC in descending order, but always understand with limit. When I'm putting limit, 2 variables needs to be put. Which salary you basically want. Okay, this is the 4th highest salary, so you may probably considering the 4th salary over there. Limit here you can specify with n minus 1 comma 1. Okay, so n is over here as 4. 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3. And just if I execute, you'll be able to find out the 5th highest salary, which is of Krish. Sorry, 4th highest salary, which is of Krish, which is 50,000. Now just research and try to find out what is this 3 comma 1. You'll be able to understand, and this will be an assignment to you. SQL query to determine the 6th highest salary without, sorry, I missed one point over here. It should be without using limit. Okay, so here I have specifically used limit. If you don't want to use limit, how do you do it? Okay, just try to do it. Try to see whether you are able to do it or not. I hope you like this particular video. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. In the next video, we'll come up with more complex queries and try to solve it. Okay, thank you one and all. Bye bye.